temperature in control. Man, that looks great.
Jets! Oh my God, it's so beautiful. 78 degrees, Jets football, and we're winning. That's what's going on today. That's why everybody's so psyched. This isn't no happenstance. This is a guarantee, just like Joe Namath said. See that?
There are few things in life you cannot put a price on. Loyalty, tradition, fierce passion. Today is a gigantic family reunion because finally, they're back.
Well, what is up, everybody? Welcome to Good Morning Jets for this lovely Tuesday morning. I am GreenBean, and it feels like I was with you mere minutes ago. And we're back. We are back. It's going to be a great morning. That's what I'm convinced of. You want to know why it's going to be a great morning, everybody? Because of this comment. Where did it go? Where did it go? Right here. This is what's up. Philip Bogachuk is, look, he's reminding us that, look, we got to love each other. That's what's up. Cherish. We don't use the word cherish enough. I like that it's used right here. Guys, we're going to get into a few things here. As you know, we were up late last night doing the 10 o'clock mock. I think we put a pretty good one together. And it's never perfect, but I think we did pretty well last night. Interesting. Got some trades done, and we slammed it down. We got the positions that we needed, and I was happy with it. Guys, I want to tell you, I woke up this morning, and I've committed to something pretty terrible. Today's day one of waking up before I really can think too much, jumping into a cold shower. How's that sound? Does that sound good? Right, Jets forever. Cherish life. I jumped into a cold shower, and I'm going to be real honest. I hated it. I was like, ooh, I didn't like it. But hey, man, there's a dopamine dump, a serotonin dump, actually. And hey, that's what I'm looking for here. So start the day, with a boost. So that's what we're doing. Madness, I know, man. But hey, I'm trying to look, Phil, here's what it is. I want to try to start the day positively, right? And you do a little prayer if that's what you do. It's what I do. I pray to whatever my thing is here. Do a little meditation, do a little reading, jump in a cold shower, burst, and then talk to you guys about the worst team ever. Not this year. But I'll tell you, the way we ended the season, though, guys, what a painful way to end what was really one of the more exciting, fun seasons we've had in a very long time. So, all right, listen, like M. Morris, good morning, Morris. He's pointing out right now in the chat, there is a poll when you come on in. Go ahead and take a swing at that poll. Best case scenario from your perspective, if all contracts and picks and everything aside, what would you love to see happen the most out of those four guys? Let me know, and we'll talk about that in just a few minutes. Good morning, Matt. Good morning, Edward. Zip. Salman is here. That's right. No happenstance, indeed. Mitt Flair is here. Matthew Smith. All right. Zach is the best option. Well, you're not alone. And there's the green heart. Thank you, Jets forever. Let's see. New York Jets super fan. Is it too much to ask for when all I want is a quarterback that can make 5 yards? Right? Is that too much? Like I keep saying, all we want is 65%. That's it. It can be 64. Why can't we get past 60? What is it around here? But hey, man, we have struggled to find a competent offensive coordinator or to give somebody the time needed to really develop it. I mean, we gave Schottenheimer the time. Morningwig, I think, was here guess it was 2 years, right? Because we had Schottenheimer, then Sperano, and then Morningwig. So only 2 years for him. Bowles, geesh. Bowles, Chan Gailey, he had 2 years. And then it was John Morton, and then Jeremy Bates. Then Adam Gase comes in and goes, I don't need an offensive coordinator. Oh, man. Good morning, Matt O'Leary. There he is. It's nice to have you here. I was just responding to you on Twitter. Not that you were writing to me, but I was responding nonetheless. So, all right, let's get into this thing, and we'll see if we can't. Let's talk about an offensive coordinator. Let's start with that. Why not? So, if you guys didn't know, and now this is interesting for us because it pertains to our division rival, and in a sneaky little backdoor way, it pertains to us because we're interviewing somebody up there for our offensive coordinator position, and they don't look very interested in hiring him for the same position. So why the hell would we? That's Nick Caley, right? Their tight ends coach, an up-and-coming offensive genius. Well, the Patriots have had him for 7 years. This past season, they decided to bring in two former coaches, defensive coordinator Matt Patricia and special teams coordinator Nick Judge, right? Or Joe Judge. And they let them do it. Why not let Nick Caley do it if he's so wonderful? Nope, they decided not to. And then now you think, okay, well, they'll give it to him this year. Nope, they went and got Bill O'Brien and brought him back in, which is a great move, by the way. Bill O'Brien, look, say what you want about his personnel decisions and whatever the hell happened down there in Houston, man. I mean, they were a division leading team. They were always fighting for the division. They had won the division a few times. They had a great team, juggernaut on offense. Very, very strong defense. They had Clowney and Watt, and you know what I mean? It was there was a lot going on down there. And then they just decided to dismantle it for some reason. Not sure why. And then Bill O'Brien got fired, and here we are. Here we are with the Texans at the bottom of the barrel. They have the number 2 overall pick this year. So what do you think about this? Now, is it a threat to us? Bill O'Brien started his career there, at least his NFL career, with his offensive coordinator career. I think he was the quarterback coach there as well. So quarterback coach and offensive coordinator there, then went to the Texans. The last couple of years, he's been working with Nick Saban. These guys, there's a little network there, the Belichick-Saban connection, right? We know that. Joe Judge. Thank you, Bulldog. So, one thing is, does this lessen the allure of Nick Caley? I think it should. And are you nervous? I mean, look, they're getting somebody back who's been a successful guy. I mean, there was, whispers, nothing really serious about maybe the Jets should bring him in. Why not? Why not bring in a guy who's been successful in this league? They didn't want to. So it's an interesting move, man. I was surprised to see it this morning. Oh, that's not the right one. Let's do this one. Good morning, Jets. There's my little ticker at the bottom. So let's see. He traded. Right. That was the big one, Jennifer. It really was. It was. I mean, how blown away were you when you heard that? I was like, what? For a second? And then they used said second on Brandon Cooks, which is all well and good. But I mean, look, I love Brandon Cooks, and I wanted him in the draft that year. That was the guy I thought we should have taken. But I don't think he was D-Hop, particularly that year. I don't know. It was a whole thing. It was the Tunsil trade. They gave 2 picks and change, and there was a whole swap of players, and it was kind of the end. It was like, why? What are we doing? What are we doing here? But, look, and that's a whole different thing. Just as, just for him running the offense, that's the whole thing that we're looking at here. Now, I think that it's a good move for the Patriots. I have to admit. Good morning, Dick Chimneys Burner. Worst trade? Yeah, I'm with you, Jennifer. I really am. Let's see here. Jets Forever says we need an offensive coordinator that will pass the ball every play. That running shit been dead. I'm tired. Past. Yeah. I mean, look, we've talked about this. I disagree. I am of the thought that 4 yards a play wins the game. That's me. I like to pass. Don't get me wrong. But passing it every play, you become one-dimensional. You're very easy to defend. And, yeah, it's okay. Different philosophy. It's okay. Let's see what else we got here. Did Mike White ever hit 60? Yeah, he did, actually. Now, I don't remember off the top of my head, but I believe, he's up and down and he's all over the place. But yes, there are games where he's I think he was in like 68, something like that. So that's why people were so excited about him. Passing wins the game for sure. For sure. But again, if you have a running game that enables the passing game to actually exist, like if they can pin their ears back and just send then you're less likely to get the ball off and the whole thing. And you have to have a balanced attack. And again, I just want to see 4 yards of play. That's it. 4, and then let's break some. Right? That's me. I know for us though, Randy, the running. I mean, look, we still had some success with Michael Carter. We had some success with Bam Knight, but the real impact of our running game went down with Brees and AVT for that matter. So even if just Brees went down, if AVT was still there, the holes would have been that, we lost literally our 2 best players on offense. You can make an argument for Garrett Wilson, but dude, it was a much bigger hit than we realized, and we realized it was a big hit. Defense wins championships. I don't know how I feel about that. So how are we feeling about Bill O'Brien? Are you nervous? I mean, what's up now? Does Bill O'Brien absolutely ruin the idea that Nick Caley should be your choice at offensive coordinator? I think it does. I didn't like him to begin with. But does Bill O'Brien, the fact that they brought in Bill O'Brien again, does it? I mean, if he was so great, wouldn't they just use him and say, hey, dude, we're going to lock you up right here. We don't want to let you go. They're dangling him. I don't know. Oh, Georgia Bulldog, you're so right. If that didn't happen, we go into the half 17-3. It's a whole different game, man. It really is. I know. We can't do that, but it's the truth. It really is. Yeah, see? So, right, Matt O'Leary, it was ruined before this, but yes, right, it's just another nail. It's another nail in that, in that coffin. So, no Caley, right. Right, Matt. Mark Miller, teams that score win championships. There it is. That's what we need to do. And teams that keep our defense off of the field win. That's what you need to do. And, running does that. Yeah, it does take offensive lineman, Drupacabra. I'm with that. I'll tell you, man, I've never seen anything like what we saw this year. Never seen anything like it. But, yep, it is what it is. So we got to see what we have for next year. So, okay, man. So Bill O'Brien's going to the Pats. I think it ruins the idea that Nick Caley should be our choice at offensive coordinator. But I think I think it's a good move for them. I think that it bolsters whatever they're trying to do up there. Should we be nervous about Mac turning it around? That's what I'm saying, man. Bill O'Brien's legit. Like, let's be real. He's the real deal, guys. He's the real deal. So, all right, let's move on. Well, that's going on up there. What else did we have for today? Okay. Oh, look at this. I was perusing the interweb today, and you're going to be surprised to learn. We're out there talking about, what we can get Aaron Rodgers for. Obviously, the Peter King thing came out yesterday. What was that? Let me see here. Yeah. Now, I'm using a tweet from our good buddy, NYJ Mike here. We've had him on the show. He's great. But you can see here it says, this is from Peter King, though. The Packers want 2 first-round picks in a trade for Aaron Rodgers. There will be $48.3 million cap hit over the 2 years combined. That's not bad. Okay, that's not bad. That end's not bad. But 2 firsts, you got to think about that. It would take me less than 1 second to agree to that deal, and that's Mike. So you got to make that decision. Our 2 firsts, fine, for this level of quarterback. I mean, 48.3 over 2 years, that's nothing. That's nothing. But the interesting thing is, a lot of Jets fans talk about Rodgers as if we're in a vacuum. Same thing with Derek Carr. Just tell him you'll give him a third for Derek Carr. They got to cut him any. It's like, dude, there's going to be 5 teams saying, we'll take Derek Carr. Hell yeah. Like, we're not alone out here. If we were the only team interested, okay, you got a point. But I think we're going to have to battle a lot of teams. I mean, there are going to be teams like, wait a minute, I have a legit chance to get Rodgers or Carr or what have you. Now, Rodgers has a no-trade clause. I mean, I'm sorry, Carr does. So he has to okay it. Now, Rodgers is a little bit weird. He doesn't have an actual no-trade clause. But there's a lot of money on the line as far as what GreenBean eats. Okay, O'Leary coming in with the facts. It would be $15.79 million in year 1 and $32.54 in year 2. Doing a video on this today. Over the Cap had a really good article on the cap breakdown. That's awesome. Yeah, and look, that's very helpful, right? We have more money in, predicted more cap relief next year than we do this year. Significantly more. I think it's 112 they're talking about. This year we got 2. So, but we can very easily make that, 50. I mean, easily. I did it in my GreenBean's Jets Pod 101 just yesterday. I did. Easily 35, 40 million. We can, make another move, get it to 50. And look, I said I can get it to 60 if I want. I can. If I need to, I can get it to 60. So the whole thing is, imagine that, guys. There's other teams out there, and one of them is the Pats. In New England, they're talking about the idea of bringing on Aaron Rodgers. Now, they have Mac Jones. Mac Jones, I think, is good. He's definitely played better than Zach, but, he's limited. He has that ceiling. So, it's going to be interesting to see. Would you do it? Would you do this? 2 firsts and essentially, like Matt said, 17 point whatever this year and the remainder next year. I'll tell you what, I would do it. And you have the whole benefit, the perceived benefit of him helping Zach. And I don't know if that's real or not. They get along and he's Zach's idol and the whole thing. So that's all positive, but we don't really know how well that's going to work for real. Let's see. No one wants the Jets. Jimmy, come on, buddy. There's no reason to bring that in here. This is the hopeful channel. This is the, hey, let's believe a little bit. You know what I mean? That's what we're trying to do. What's possible? That's what we're doing. That's what's going on here, Jimmy. And I don't think that's entirely accurate. I think it's going to apply to some for sure. Absolutely. But we're talking about what's possible. So let's take a look at the poll. Where is the poll? All right, hold on here. Okay, so I'm going to end the poll and we'll see. Oh, look how close it is. I'm going to give it a few more seconds. We have 88 votes in the poll. And it's literally 1% difference right now. So let's give it a few seconds. Let's make sure that everybody who has an interest in voting has a chance to vote. Let's see if that can settle things down. I'll give it a 30 more seconds. Good morning, good citizen. I see you, buddy. Good morning. Yeah, Rich, good morning to you. And thank you. That's right. Don't forget to hit the like button, guys. Don't forget. It's very important. Yeah, Jimmy, frustrated. Yeah, I get that, dude. I get that. Look, I know there's a lot of people out there that don't believe that this GM and coach are the guys. Now, I go back and forth on the coach. I really do. But if I just look at it, like let's take a moment and compare Robert Saleh to another successful coach out there. Let's compare him to Cincinnati's Zach Taylor. The first 2 years of Zach Taylor's regime, he looked like a complete flop. It was 2 wins and 4 wins. They didn't give up. They didn't throw him out and say, he sucks. I said, okay, he's working on something. The next year they went to the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? And now they're among the elite teams in the NFL. Now they got quarterback right. So that's pretty big. It really is. But, look, dude, when you compare it, it's completely different. I mean, Saleh's way ahead of the game. And I believe, Jimmy, I believe Joe Douglas, while there are definitely mistakes and things that I think they would take back. I think overall, they're doing a really bang-up job, especially when you compare it to the Jets' previous. It's not the best gauge, but still. Craig Safola checking in with the Super Chat. Thank you. What vet quarterback would be the best mentor for Zach? Well, I don't know. I mean, look, the idea of Aaron Rodgers, it's really great. Oh, Rodgers pulled ahead, Craig. Look at this. 99 votes. Give it 10 more seconds. That's it. It's going back and forth. It's crazy. You want to vote? Go ahead. This is it. Oh, Carr pulls ahead. This is crazy town. Let's do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I'm just ending it. Let's see where it goes. It was going back and forth. Oh, it's tied. That's incredible. Incredible. So Carr and Rodgers split the diff. All right. Well, I like it. I would be happy with either one. I really would. I'd be happy with either one, guys. I think it's a good idea. So I don't know. There's an idea out there, Craig, that Aaron would be the best mentor, but maybe it's Derek. Let's say it's one of those two guys. Look, if I was a Jets, what I would do is just bring in someone to work with Zach. Somebody who understands what's going on and just work with this young man. You know what I mean? No stress, no pressure, no time constraints and all that shit. Just work with him. Get him right. And then have the starting guy, right, of course, in their room and they all help each other. But have somebody put some resources into him. Not just Rob Calabrese, with all due respect to Calabrese. I know this Tom Brady thing. So I don't know, Craig. I think one of those guys. The Tom Brady thing, I don't get it. I mean, look, he had a down year last year and he had 4,600 yards. And it's just funny, man. It's a funny thing how great that guy's. I can't stand it. Now, if he comes here, of course, I'm going to root. I root, period. But damn, man, we can't figure out any other way. You know what I mean? Crazy, man. I don't want to do it. I don't. And I agree with that, Georgia Bulldog. All right, let's see what we got here. Tied. I know, it's funny, right? It's funny. I don't know, Phil. I think he might gain it. I think to some degree he was forced to protect them and forced to defend them and all that jazz. If he doesn't have to do that, explain his logic. Go, hey, man, you got to give Mike. He works in a specific way. Trust him. Just trust the process. All that kind of stuff. I'm sure he had numerous conversations that were like that. I know. That's the thing, Hank. We're going to end up with Jimmy G. Well, Drew Pacabra, I don't know if I would. I mean, I'd be happy with either, but Derek Carr is going to be around a lot longer, in my opinion. Who knows? These guys can play 10 more years for all I know. Aaron Rodgers. But I think, look, Derek Carr is a serious candidate, dude. People, I don't know where the hate comes from. I really don't. He's 7 cold games. He can't play in the cold. What? That's what it is. I don't know, man. It doesn't spook me like it does some others. All right. What else we got here? So, look, we got the quarterbacks. Aaron Rodgers. Look, again, there are other teams thinking that they're the team that's getting Aaron Rodgers. But it does look like, it's starting to look like the Green Bay Rodgers connection might be starting to split, which is interesting. I agree. All right, did you hear about this? We'll do this real quick. Herm, our buddy Herm, was upset about a tweet from the. I got to get that out of here. Hold on. A tweet from the Dallas Cowboys about Dak Prescott. Did you guys see this? So here's the tweet. This is from the Cowboys Twitter talking about Prescott. It is a little bit odd. I have to admit. It's like Dak Prescott gave the ball away twice in a narrow loss in a matchup the Cowboys had a chance to win if they didn't generate self-inflicted wounds. So Herm comes out. He's not happy with it. Now, Herm is our former head coach, as you know. He is play to win the game. It's our boy Herm. So let's see what Herm said here. All right. Herm says, what I want to say, I can't say on air because I'm a good Catholic man. Oh, he wants to get nasty. He's like, what? I want to drop bombs. Let's see. I won't go there with it, but, and here he goes. I'm not going to say anything I want to say because I'm a good, God-fearing man. But let's see what he says. I won't go there with it, but I will say this. It's unfortunate. It really is. When you think about somebody in the organization, you're entitled to your opinion, but this thing is called team. When you pick out a certain individual to say you want to lay the blame on him, personally to me, I don't believe in that. Let me get this off here. Whoops. This is a little bit of the Dallas Cowboys problem. It's always someone else's fault. Let me place the blame on this one person because it's not about us as a football team. I don't know. What do you think of our boy Herm? Now, look, this is the thing, man. When you look at teams like the Dolphins and the Cowboys, sure, the Jets have that longest streak, without the playoffs. But man, did some of these great teams, like America's team, shit, man, they can barely win a game. They can't do it. I mean, they won one this year, so I mean, it's fine. But they've had really good squads for a while, and they just can't seem to do it. They can't seem to do it. So Herm should go back to his mill. Yeah, well, Herm's got to he's got a voice. You play to win the game. That's right. Well, this is where we differ, Drupacabra. You and I, we're good, right? We're buds, but we differ. We have differing takes, and this is one of them. I think there's about, 7 billion people out there. I don't know, a couple thousand that can play at the NFL level, and a few hundred that are great. And then there's a handful, 20, 30, whatever quarterbacks you can sincerely win the Super Bowl with. It doesn't have to be this 46-year-old dude as far as next year that has caused us more pain. It's like, I don't know, man. I have no interest. Now, again, if he ends up coming here, of course I'm going to find a way to root for him. But I don't know, dude. Welcome him with open arms. I don't know. I struggle with that. I think, get out of here. Get out of my house. That's how I feel about Tom Brady. Herm does have a point. That's what I'm saying. It's like, so why did the Cowboys do that? Now, again, it's Herm and it's the Cowboys. So it's not directly us, but it does paint a picture. Like, number one, we're not the only team with a little bit of dysfunction. We're not the only one. But in addition to that, there's a lot of disappointment going on around there. A lot. Remember Jerry Jones the week before said, anybody in this stadium know how to kick? So this is kind of their gig. It's kind of their gig. I know. Luke says, look, the Niners are about to win a bowl with the last pick in the draft. I'm telling you, man. And we can't find one. It's just, I don't know, pisses me off. And look, the Niners, just to be fair here, the Niners traded 3 firsts and a third for a different guy. And then there's this guy, him. Yeah, we'll take him. Why not? So, I don't know. So, guys, here's the thing. It might be Aaron Rodgers. It might be Derek Carr. And I'm going to share something with you. It might be none of them. We might not be the attractive place that is able to pull these guys. That's the truth of it. We might not be attractive enough to pull these guys in here. And we're stuck with Gardner Minshew. Gardner Minshew, Mike White, and Zach Wilson. What do you think about that? Again, I like Gardner Minshew. I think he's a good guy to bring in. I think you can win with him. That said, I mean, if he's our number one target, fine. But if he's 3rd, 5th, something like that, that's ugly. That paints a bad picture for us. So, you see Raiders fans are out there talking about the types of trades that they want for Derek Carr. Ours was Quinnen and a first. You guys doing that? Right. That's what I think. 7 Levels says no. NPC says, yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, I get it. I understand why guys don't like Minshew. I do. But I like him. I think he's better than any quarterback that we've had here for a while. At least as far as production. No doubt. You giving up Quinnen and the 2023 first, which is obviously the 13th overall pick. You giving it up? 49ers got the best play caller and all pro players everywhere. Stop comparing. Dude, look, at some point, though, Jets forever, I hear you, and I don't disagree. But when there's a wide open guy 5 yards from you, like, you got to hit that. And that's where we've struggled. Like, we just can't do it. A little slant right over the middle, and it's over his head in the dirt. It's like, who knows what we could have been, even just everything as it was. I'm a believer that 65% completion gets us in the playoffs. That's what I think. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm not, though. I'm not wrong. 65%. Yeah, but John Hepburn, but this is the thing. It's like, again, we're not the only team that's going to be, even if that happens, if they're forced to cut him, we're not the only team that's going to be lobbying for him. And believe me, there's going to be teams like the Texans or whoever that are going to blow his doors off. We'll give you $900 million. Like, it's going to happen. Now, like Joe Douglas has said, there's aggressive and there's reckless, and he doesn't want to go to reckless. He won't cross that line, at least as far as he sees it. So it's going to be interesting. We do need a center. Oh, the Lake and Tomlinson thing. What a disappointment that was, man. I mean, who knows what next year is, right? I mean, he was in the Pro Bowl. He had a down year. That's possible too. That's the hope, right? That's the hope, man. So, all right, guys. Well, I guess, look, there's a lot going on as far as, look, it's all speculative now, but we have work to do. We're a fun fan base with a fun media as far as speculation is concerned. And we're going to talk about it. If it's out there, we're going to talk about it. We're going to deconstruct it. Now, look, I'm a firm believer that the Jets are not that unattractive. Number 1 or top 5 defense, lots of talent all over the offense, misused, quite frankly, and an offensive line that was injured. And we have a draft where we can fix it. We can plug that stuff or back up that stuff, kind of support that stuff. And I think, look, I think the biggest thing to overcome for anybody coming here is the fact that we're the Jets. That's it. But Robert Saleh, look, he's changed a lot of that perception. So, yeah, sneakers to boots. Right, he just has one request. Can we just, please, as Jets fans, not rip and chew up the quarterback once they get here for their first mistake? I don't know if we can, sneakers to boots. Honestly, it's tough for us. We have a difficult time separating. Like the last 5 years of pain, the new guy is just year 6 of pain. You know what I mean? It's not year 1. Like believe me, I've had that discussion. How many fucking years am I supposed to hear rebuild? Well, the guy just got here. I don't know what to tell you. Stop firing everybody. I mean, that's the thing. It's like, I get it. I don't want to continually be in a rebuild, but when you look at a whole new regime and they're in year 2, it's year 2. I don't know what to say. It's not year 7 because you've been upset for 7 years. It's not. These guys just got here, and we have to be able to find that reset button. It's hard. It is. But that's what we got to do. And we got to support them. Support helps, man. Angst and all that shit adds stress. So, all right, guys. Well, let's do it. Let's go ahead and get on out of here. You're the best. Don't forget to hit that like button on your way out, everybody. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, it helps a great deal. With that all said, let me see what we got here for you guys. With that all said, have a great rest of the day, and I will see you next time.
Big day. Coach Middleton.
Yes.
What an unbelievable effort.
Yes,
Your
it was.
inspiration at halftime. They got it there, man.
Well, appreciate your effort, man. Hell of a job. You should be proud of yourself.
I'm so proud of everybody. I mean, it's been a hell of a year watching this damn game, but whatever it freaking takes, offense, I freaking love the way y'all ran the ball today, man. That was freaking awesome. How about Braxton?